Hello. Can you guys hear me? Tell me if you can hear me. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay, cool. Okay, please excuse my mess and everything that's going on around here right now. It's a little chaotic. I'm in the middle of, okay, good. I'm in the middle of a yard sale, a bake sale, a move. Yeah, so things are crazy around here. You might see mess, you might see people, you might see whatever, because like I said, it's hectic. In case you guys didn't know, Crystal's Kitchen is relocating. I'm moving out of San Jose and into the Central Valley to Stockton. So I won't be servicing the San Jose Barrett area anymore as of next month. And I know I said that I was going to be having a pre-K 10K giveaway. It's still going to happen, but let me get to my new home and settle in first. Hello. Come in. Just had a couple of announcements first before I get started and give time for people to come in. It's been a while since I've done a live, but I thought I'd come on and share this with you. It's something simple and easy. It shouldn't take long because it will be easy. I'll miss you too. But yeah, so like I said, a couple of announcements. You're gonna see a mess, you might see chaos, or not. Maybe they'll leave me alone today. But again, I will be relocating, and I will make arrangements for those of you who still want to do business with me. My daughter will be commuting back and forth to school 2 days out of the week, so we can make some type of arrangements. But so before I get started, I just want to, hold on, Alexa, volume down. I wanted to tell you, I just wanted to share this little recipe with you for free because a couple of reasons. Those of you who just don't do your research, you can just go Google this online and it's right there right for you. This recipe is so easy, it's gonna be so quick, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be so quick, you won't even, I mean, you don't even need me for this, but there are a couple of different ways to do it, and this is just my way of doing it. I started doing it about 3 years ago, started playing around with it, and I love it. I can't live without it. I won't pay for it again. I'm always gonna make my own as long as I can get my hands on beans. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that real quick. In case some of you guys might not even know the history of the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean was originated in Mexico. And okay, anyways, can you hear me? I'm hoping I don't get phone calls all day. Hello, hello, come in. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Just want to make sure you can hear me because I got a phone call right now. My Archon, whatever mount, is broken and I'm a little mad right now. I have to kind of hold it, and that's why I'm up close, all crazy. Okay, good. So let's get back to the history of the bean pod. The bean pod is the only orchid flower that we can consume. It grows like about 300 feet and you get like this yellow greenish flower that comes off of it, and the bean pod appears. And when it's naturally pollinated, like through the bees, It has 24 hours to collect the bean pod. If you don't collect it, it'll shrivel up and die, and it's no good. So, for the history of it, it took a 12-year-old slave boy to figure out a way to hand pollinate this flower. And reason why it's so expensive. The bean pod is like the second most expensive spice in the world next to saffron. I don't know if you knew that, but anyways, I get fascinated with certain things, and then I just like read into it, and I want to know it inside and out. Just like the tart, I don't know if you guys know, I have like this special bond for the tart. I love tarts. I know everything about them. But anyways, back to this bean pod. Anyways, so I get my bean pods different places. If you go online, there's a place called beanilla.com, and then you can go on Amazon. You can try looking at your local spice store. Like I went into San Francisco not too long ago with another fellow baker, and thank you, and she went to the wharf and stumbled upon this little spice store and found bean pods for super cheap. They were $2 a piece. Bean pods are really expensive, and reason why it's expensive to get bean paste and bean extract, vanilla extract. But you can get lucky and find places, little holes in the wall, that will sell you their bean pods for really cheap. So these were $2 a piece. So I ended up getting 12 from them. And just for this demo, because I have some that have been sitting for a long time. That's the beauty of this. There's no time frame. Although, if you're impatient, you probably won't like the process. There's two different methods. There's a speed up process where you can either do it in the Instapot and speed it up, or you can cook the sugar and the glycerin and all this crazy stuff that I choose not to do. I have patience. I let my bean pods sit for a long time, sometimes up to 2 years. This one, they've been sitting almost 2 years, okay? In here, these have been sitting for about, I want to say, a year. I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to process them. But you need to at least wait about, I want to say, 8 weeks to have a good tasting bean paste and extract. That's the whole, I guess you would say, the bad of this recipe is that you have to wait. You have to be patient, and it takes time. But I mean, there's no limit on how long it can be sitting in the alcohol. I prefer to use Kentucky bourbon. It's a darker liquor. Some people use vodka. I don't really care to use vodka. I like the flavoring of bourbon. It mixes well with the Madagascar beans. Or any of the beans. And that's another thing, in case you needed to know. There are different flavors of beans, and it all depends on where they're harvested at. The most popular bean is the Madagascar. And the Madagascar has a rich, dark, and creamy flavor. As to the Tahitian, it has like a floral, fruity, cherry-like flavor. But I'm going to tell you something. I've tried different recipes. I've done the Madagascar, I've done the Tahitian, I've done the Mexican bean, but nothing compares to mixing them together. I call it my own fusion, Crystal's Kitchen Fusion, because I just like was playing around with it and decided, let's just try this and see how it tastes. The flavor is ridiculous. My husband he doesn't allow me, or doesn't want me to give it to anybody, because he wants it for himself. He loves it with French toast. I make vanilla ice cream with it. Crystal's crack. Yeah. So he really loves the flavor of it. So I try to conserve, but I love to share, and I share with all my baker friends. If I've told you that I'll send you some, I'm still gonna send you some. Just make sure you message me, because sometimes I forget. And if I told you I was gonna send you some and I haven't yet, it's because I haven't harvested those beans yet. Like I said, I've had this one for 2 years and this one for 1 year. So I figure it's time to harvest this, because I'm going to be moving soon. So, hey, hi Ella, hi Gina, Miss Jones. And then, yeah, sometimes I don't even want to use it. So, okay, really quick, let me talk to you about the vanilla bean. There's 2 grades of vanilla bean pods. There's a grade A and a grade B. The grade A is your premium bean pod. It's like a gourmet, like your prime bean pod. B is a less, plump bean. It's not as pretty. It doesn't have as much moisture. These A have a lot of moisture. They're oily. They're just plump. They're juicy. But I don't discriminate. I use B and A. B I'll use for the sugar, and I'll use to make extract. But I prefer the A. If I can get the A cheap, like we got these for $2 a piece, then for sure I'm going to use the A. But I won't, hold back on using the B, because they work just as well, especially if they sit long enough. The longer they sit, the better, okay? Once you make your vanilla bean paste or extract, make sure it's in an airtight container. I get these little jars from Amazon. They have the little plastic thing, and you know what these are. Or you can get like ones with the screw on top. But once you get them into those containers, there's no need to refrigerate them. You don't want to refrigerate them or freeze them. Refrigerating and freezing will speed up the natural separation of the vanilla essence from the liquid base in the extracts. So you don't want to freeze or refrigerate that, because what you're going to get is a bunch of separation. You don't want that. You want it thick and creamy. You guys, I'm sure the ones I've sent, you guys will see. The more, how would I say, the more syrup, the lighter your nectar is going to be, or your paste is going to be. The less syrup you use, the darker it's going to be. It all depends on your preference. I use vanilla bean paste in everything, like sugar cookies, everything. I mean, you guys know as bakers how good it is and how important it is to see the little specks. Sorry, my mount is kind of broken. So okay, so the long way, I'll leave this up for 24 hours, and after that I might charge. Just plain. But no, this is free for 24 hours. I'm gonna try to save it anyways. So doing it the hard way, with glycerin and sugar, there's a method to it, and I just don't have time for it. So what I use is agave nectar in the raw. It's organic. You get it from Amazon. You can get it from Walmart. I get mine at Walmart online, and it replaces your glycerin, and it's your sweetener. It acts as the sweetener and the base for your bean paste. Okay. Once you're done removing your bean pods from your liquid, save your liquid. The liquid is your extract. I like to reuse it and re-add my beans to the same jar. I've been using this jar for the past 4 years. And the extract in here, oh my God, you do not understand, like the smell of it, the look of it, the taste of it. It's amazing. I use this for emergency. When I run out of my bean paste, I dip into this jar. I call this the golden liquid. So you can reuse your liquid and re-add your beans to it, or you can remove it and put it in another bottle and use it as extract. It's totally up to you. Okay, so yes, it makes everything taste good. Liquid gold for sure. I don't know if you guys have heard of vanilla sugar. Vanilla sugar you can also use in your baked goods, and it elevates the flavor like a lot. It intensifies it. I get organic cane sugar, and I'm not gonna make some because I want to put my bean pods into the liquid to get another batch started. Maybe I will. I'll use a couple. Anyways, you just take your you just take your bean pods and you chop them up, and then you can put your sugar in a container, and then you put your chopped up bean pods into the sugar, and you let them sit there for, you close it up tight. You close it up tight and you let it sit for a couple of weeks before you use it. And the sugar is amazing. Back in the 17th century, that's exactly what they used to use. Like they wanted to, the Aztecs wanted to add a splash of vanilla to their chocolate, and that's what they used. They used vanilla sugar, or the essence, again, like an extract. And yeah, so that was back in the 17th century. That's when it all like came to light. The Aztecs acquired the vanilla bean pod when they conquered the, I think they're called the Totonacs. They're a type of Mexican in the 15th century. And then the Spanish in turn got it when they conquered it from the Aztecs. Then it was introduced to Western Europe by Hernan Cortez, if you didn't know that. And then like this employee of the queen, she started making these treats. There were like sugarless treats, vanilla flavored sweetmeats they're called, and the queen loved them. So that's how it was introduced to the French. And then they came up with, Thomas Jefferson came up with vanilla ice cream, if you didn't know that. And that was in the 1780s. Then it just got like blown up all over the world. We consume half of the bean pods that are produced in the world, Americans. That's crazy, right? Okay, so really quick, that's the end of the history. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It might get messy, it might get loud. Just bear with me. And I can't see your comments, okay? Okay, so in here, I've had these beans sitting, like I said, for 2 years, okay? This is my food processor. Can everyone see that? Where's my gloves? I'm gonna take my pods directly out. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. I have about 16 bean pods in here. Again, these have been sitting for 2 years. So for 16 bean pods, I'm gonna go ahead and take about, hold on. I'm gonna take a full cup of agave nectar. It's okay if you go over a little bit. Hope you guys can see this. Are you guys all good? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. And that goes directly into the food processor. Okay, hold on a second. This is gonna get loud. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry, I have this crazy state-of-the-art. Are you guys there? Tell me you can hear me first before I continue. Sorry. I'm in the middle of moving, so kind of have like craziness going on here. Can you hear me? I just shut you guys off on accident. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. So if you guys can see this, I'm just gonna puree it. Okay, just like that. Hold on, guys. You know what? I'm having some issues because my mount is broken. Okay, sorry, guys. My mount is totally broken. I'm making vanilla bean paste. Hello there, Lisa. How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys back down here. And I can't see you guys. So I'm gonna use this bowl. One of these. See? This is what you're gonna get from it. Can you see it? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, take the blade out. I swear, I don't want to lose like any bit of it, so I get all freaked out. So you just pour it directly into your mesh little strainer, and you do it in batches. You get your spatula and you press it against your mesh strainer, and you see all the little branches and sticks of your vanilla bean pod. But the best part is you see all the little specks, and that's your beauty right there. And this is all natural, organic. The vanilla bean paste you see in the stores that are rich and dark, and a lot of times they add some preservatives, additives, they add a little coloring, reason why it's so dark. You got to read some of the labels and see what they have in them. This way it's like pure extract with organic agave nectar. You can't get any more healthier than that. I use agave nectar to flavor a lot of my drinks, like coffee, teas. I use that in replacement of sugar. So you kind of just keep doing this. And then I have a container that I put these little grounds in. And I try not to touch this with this. I have to use a different spatula. So then you just continue and repeat the process. I can't see your questions or anything you're asking, anything, because I can't see right now as I'm doing this. But again, it's kind of plain and simple, common sense type of stuff, like easy stuff. You just keep repeating until you finish all of the mixture. I'm going to show you right now after the batch how beautiful the liquid is. Sorry, I get really into my vanilla bean paste. I love the process of it. And to think that we pay so much money for something we can do that doesn't take that much time at all. Okay, I'm going to remove this over here because I don't want none of the branches to get into my liquid. Okay, let me show you something. Now look up close. Do you see that on the side of the bowl? How beautiful that is. Oh my God. People tell me, like, why don't you bottle it and sell it and blah 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 and whatever. The answer is, I'm being realistic. I don't have time to produce bottles and bottles of vanilla bean paste. The ones that I do produce and have time for, I want them all to myself, except for those I decide to share with. But I realistically don't have the time to do that. So I'm not going to bite off something I can't chew. So instead, I decided to share with you guys. Again, this is something so simple. You can Google online and you can find even videos on this. There's a bunch of different methods out there, but this is my method and what I choose to do. I then take it. There's way more than that, but I'm just going to show you real quick. I go ahead and I take my little container. And you got beautiful, beautiful vanilla bean paste. I think I'm gonna make my husband some ice cream tonight because he loves fresh vanilla bean paste ice cream. Okay, this is as easy as it is. Close it up, airtight container. Put it on your shelf, mark the date if you want so you know, but it doesn't really matter because it lasts a long time. Throw a little bow on it, give it to somebody for Christmas, as a gift, as whatever. Did you guys get all that? Was it easy enough? Was there anything confusing, or do you have any questions? Anything? Anyone? Bueller? So the beans can be bought at different places. I said it in the beginning of this demo that you can get them on Amazon at beanilla.com. There's a bunch of other places online that you probably can get them in bulk. Can you use paste instead of extract? Yes, you can. You can use less paste than you would normally use extract. Like I go crazy when I use my extract and paste, but you can use less paste than you would extract. That's what I was trying to get at. All it is you soak your vanilla bean pods into a bottle of bourbon. I usually put like in a container like this, a mason jar, like so. I put about 16 beans, okay? 16 beans, and I'll let them sit anywhere from 8 weeks to 2 years or more. Thank you, I panicked, I got a phone call. Then, when you go to process it, all you'll need is about a cup of your agave nectar. It's raw agave nectar. You only need about a cup to your 16 beans, okay? And then that's about it. And then make sure you have some airtight containers. Look at how pretty. Can you see all the speckles? But like I said in the beginning also, you can try and look around for your local spice stores, and they might sell you the bean pods for cheaper. Do some shopping, do some research. Hello. Do some research and see who has them for the cheapest. And, you know, go from there. I got these in San Francisco on the wharf at a little hole in the wall spice place. It's called spiceandtea.com, and $2 a piece. I said, fill up my bag, please, because that's a good price. So that's that. And like I said, you can cut these up and put them into sugar and make vanilla sugar. Okay? So this will be up for 24 hours. After that, you're on your own. You can Google it or whatever. Again, if you didn't hear at the beginning, Crystal's Kitchen's relocating, and I'm closing down here in the Bay Area. I'm moving to the Central Valley. And once I get there, I will be having a giveaway with a lot of good sponsors. They've been flooding my DMs saying they want to take part, so it should be a good package. Stay tuned for that. Keep a lookout. And then this weekend, I'm having a yard sale and a bake sale. I'm having churro cupcakes and you name it, cheesecake, all kinds of stuff. So if you're in the San Jose Bay Area, come over, check it out. Okay? Thanks, bye. I'm gonna miss all you guys, but until next time.